¡Yepa! Eres un pesadico, ¿lo sabes? Va, agacha la cabeza. Menos mal que las dagas se envenenan y... aunque no le des, van haciendo su trabajo. Ahí estamos. ¡Uh! Ahora está el matafaca este ayudando a distancia. Yo, 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 yo. ¡No! ¿Quieres bajar, cojones? Este cambio de perspectiva es una auténtica mierda. Venénalo. Vale. Uah. ¿Quieres tomar la puta poción? ¡Eh! Increíble, tío. Si os digo que estoy hasta las putas pelotas de este combate, es quedarme muy corto. Joder, no ha hecho ni un solo ataque a distancia, no me lo creo. ¡No me lo creo! Menos mal que esto con la ataca funde, señor. Bueno, con la ataca y el veneno de la ataca. ¡Sí! Va. Ven y pelea como antes. Con las dagas. ¿No? ¿No quieres? Ah, a la cabeza. Cómo molan las esquivas automáticas de las dagas. Me cago en... Va. Que lo tenía detrás. Pero ¿cómo se puede hacer una putada tan gorda esta con la cámara, tío? si no lo he tocado. ¡Ay! ¿Qué me dan? Estás a punto, desgraciado. O sea, puedes pegar aquí tranquilamente y le sigue dando, ¿eh? ¡Ojo! Amiguete! Ven, sé buen chico. ¡Sí! ¿El veneno qué? ¿Bien? Sigue el efecto del veneno. ¡Capoeira! ¡Capoeira in the hell!
I knew that thou wouldst allow these humans to corrupt thee.
A dragon? You summoned a dragon?
Huh. One of the few they were able to corrupt, and I turned it against them. Blackstorm defeated it and imprisoned it here. It was trapped, like me.
So now you turned it against me.
It is thee who has turned against me, abandoning me here, left to pay the price for each and all of thy errors in thy stead, whilst I did all I could to help thee to return. And so it is, I am come to the end of my strength. An empty shell o'ertaken with rot. I did not wish to harm thee, but I no longer am master of all that I do.
Is that why you killed my companions?
The visions? Blame rather thy human half. For that is who hath invoked them, with its fear and its regrets. Thy companions never traveled through the breach.
So it comes to this. You and me. It's time we ended this.
Ha! It is all I have awaited. Remove these accursed lances from me, and let the world heart become whole once more.
Estos son los que han sobrevivido. Bueno.
So this is what the world heart looks like.
Yes. Terrible and magnificent. Nothing that I ever read could have prepared me for...
I just hope that in spite of everything, your knowledge can help me. Because I have absolutely no idea what I should do.
Faced with any kind of choice, it is impossible to be sure of making the right decision. No one can see all the consequences of their actions on the future. But what I can tell you is that the entity within you is a piece, a limb, torn from the world heart by its own will. By sending part of itself to Vertiel to inhabit a living body, it knew it would be protected until it was possible to get that part back. But while it was incarnate, the demons saw what we have done to the world, what terrible damage intelligent beings are capable of. Alas, I fear that now it wants to destroy everything, wipe the face of the world clean of our corruption, rather than risk that it should
Demonio
happen again.
ecologista.
You came to rescue me, even though it meant risking failure in your quest. I want to try to help you. I know you will do all that is in your power to save Vertiel. This world must be rid of the Ice Lords. You must destroy their link with the World Heart. But beware of letting the demon return to the heart. He will destroy all who live. It will take us longer to rebuild the world without it, but we can do it.
We're here, Ranvil. This is the...
The heart of the one who is just is often plagued with... When faced with the ultimate choice, the mercenary will remember the life of the knight has been spared by his friend. Now it is the fate of the world that is at stake.
World Heart.
I would like to congratulate you in person, but I'm only a reflection. Today the living are not the masters of Vertiel. You can save them, lead them, or destroy them.
The choice is yours. And I pray the demon inside you does not make it for you.
You have saved the soul of my prince, and thereby that of my entire people. It is possible to do...
Bueno, pues esa es la idea, ¿no?
The flame will burn bright anew, and the necromancers will be the first into the fire.
A ver qué pasa.
If I remove these spears, the Ice Lords will lose their power. But what will happen to Vertiel?
Thy world is weary, all but extinguished. Nothing remains to be saved. It must be cleansed.
But inside me is all the power I need to regenerate my world.
At the cost of mine? Do not think it. Vertiel needs the World Heart. Thou canst not sacrifice it thus.
There are still dragons, and this way the necromancers will be destroyed. The fire of the World Heart is not completely out. It will burn bright again, in time.
But without us, I forbid thee to do this. I will not die for thee.
Seppuku.
And so ends the tragic, though nonetheless heroic tale of Vulcan Half-Demon. I confess I may have romanticized some aspects of the story, though in my defense, I shall always have something of a soft spot for our dear Vulcan. By releasing the World Heart's energy to the surface, he sacrificed himself in order to heal Vertiel and bring an end to the long winter. Ill-prepared for such a powerful energy surge, the Ice Lords were instantly reduced to cinders. I can tell you, No tears were shed at that funeral. Of course, it was only a few centuries before other would-be mages attempted to follow in their footsteps, though what wonderful centuries they were. With Captain Buffalo leading them, the Freeborn Blades legend grew, and they flourished for a time. Sadly, the legend of Buffalo's immortality proved less than accurate, and after 27 battles and another 40 or so years, he eventually died in his bed, to the great sadness of the 3 charming young women who were sharing it with him at the time. Edwin's corpse was mutilated and burned by the command of King Relmar. Such a waste. I remember being quite disappointed at his decision, as I had hoped I might be able to inhabit her body. It had been an absolute age since I was last inside a woman. To no one's great surprise, Relmar proved to be a formidable monarch. Strong, just, and loved by all. He returned a sense of pride to the elves that the war had stolen from them. He often spoke of how much he missed his outlaw years while being forced to sit through long meetings and dealing with political wranglings. But he was greatly helped by the knowledge and wisdom he gleaned from Arundil's Soul Stone, and he went on to found his own dynasty. The Red Scribes... really? Don't get me started on those imbeciles. Nonetheless, it would be uncouth of me not to mention how heartbroken young Sybil was by Vulcan's death. Proud to have fought alongside such a courageous companion, the beautiful young scribe lifted her head high and transformed her grief into purpose. She quickly gained the respect of her peers and was elected chief scribe shortly afterwards when Liestas died quite suddenly. Apparently, the fool succumbed after having imbibed a large quantity of a somewhat questionable nectar that he and his doctor had invented.
Sobredosis.
And as for myself, well, my goodness. I fear that is an extremely long story, and you would quite literally die of boredom before I finished the telling of it. But you see, that's what I like so much about mortals. Their stories last just about the right amount of time, give or take a few decades, and then they're done. And then they come around again. One thing is certain, I have all the time in the world, so who knows? I may get to tell you other tales, if you live long enough. Toodle-pip.
Bueno, pues así parece ser que termina Bound by Flame. No ha estado mal, salvo por un par de combates ahí, un par de asqueros, bastante asqueros. Pero en general bien. A mí me gusta bastante. Y al que le guste este tipo de juegos le recomiendo el Divinity 2, por ejemplo. Pero el que viene con la expansión de Flames of Vengeance, o algo así se llama, que viene con el juego original y lo diré, una expansión que sacaron y que es la que cierra el juego. Aparte de que justo cuando sacaron la expansión esa también mejoraron el motor y va más fino. O sea, yo recuerdo haber probado la versión de 360 con el DLC y sin el DLC. Y vamos, cambiaba bastante. Aparte de que lo alargaba más y tal, ¿no? Pero ya digo, aquel me gustó más que este incluso. Bastante más. Bueno, a ver esto. Se cierra.